Before I start this review of Habito, if you find this useful in any way, then please make sure you give this video the thumbs up and you subscribe to our channel, and also make sure that you share it with your friends and family who might also be looking for a mortgage. Now, the other thing to do is ask any questions that you have about Habito in the comment section below, and I will do my very best to answer those for you. So what is Habito? Now, Habito was one of the first online mortgage brokers on the market in the UK, and it doesn't charge brokerage fees for arranging a mortgage because it earns its money via commissions paid directly from mortgage lenders. So it's not unusual in that respect. Now, it launched in 2016 and was founded by Wonga's former head of decision science called Daniel Haggerty. Now, I've met Daniel and I've been impressed with everything he's done with Habito over the years since he's actually launched this company. Now, rather than having to make an appointment to visit a bank or broker, everything with Habito is done online, and decisions are made faster and at a lower cost as a result. Now, Habito offers a full range of mortgage broking services, providing online advice for first-time buyers, those looking to remortgage, and also buy-to-let landlords. Now, how does it work? Well, first you'll need to register either through social media or via an email address. You'll then need to confirm that you haven't filed for bankruptcy or been issued with a county court judgment known as a CCJ, or an individual voluntary arrangement known as an IVA, as Habito can't provide product and services for these situations. Now, next you'll need to confirm whether you want a mortgage for a house purchase or to remortgage, and whether you are a first-time buyer, a mover, or seeking a buy-to-let loan. Then you'll need to answer questions on the property you want to purchase, including how much you want to borrow and how long for. Now, the final section focuses on your employment status, income, dependents, and any other assets, debts that you may have, and your general spending habits. So, sort of things that you would come to expect if you're trying to take out a mortgage. Now, importantly, none of this involves a credit check, so you won't harm your credit rating or leave a footprint on your credit report. The next step is a chat with Habito's digital mortgage advisor to ensure you get a mortgage that fits your future plans and confirms what you have entered into the application online. Now, the mortgage advisor chatbot can be accessed 24/7 and ask questions such as whether you expect to have to pay for a significant event in the next 3 years, and also gets quite personal, asking questions such as, are you planning to have children? Now, you are also asked whether you want a fixed or a tracker mortgage and how long for. The chatbot will recommend if your chosen product type is appropriate given your answers, and you are then invited to set up either an online chat or a telephone call with a mortgage advisor to agree on the best mortgage product for you. Now, this can be arranged from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, so there's plenty of flexibility. You'll then be assigned your own qualified mortgage broker and case manager who will support you throughout the process, and you can chat either via an online chat or telephone if you prefer. Once you agree on the product you want, Habito will apply for an agreement in principle on your behalf. It is only at this stage that your credit report will be accessed and a footprint left. You will need to upload the necessary documents, of course, to Habito's secure dashboard, which is very slick and easy to use, which it can then send to the chosen lender on your behalf. An agreement in principle could take anything from 24 to 48 hours, depending on the case and how long it takes for you to send in your documents. Habito will continue to keep you updated on the whole process, and a full application will typically take 2 to 4 weeks to complete, but much depends on the backdrop in the mortgage market. So if more people out there trying to get a mortgage, then it will take longer, and it's not much that Habito can do about that. But the whole process online is very slick. Now, even once you have a mortgage in place, Habito will continue to provide updates to you for when you could possibly move on to a cheaper rate, which is incredibly useful. So it's not just a one and done, they leave you alone. They will keep in touch in future to see if they can get you onto a better rate. Now, what other services do Habito provide other than straightforward mortgage advice? Habito offers a complete home buying service for a fixed fee starting at £2,000. So Habito Plus is designed to help buyers through every aspect of a property purchase and includes an in-depth property survey, help with the price negotiation of that property, and all the conveyancing and legal work required to complete a property purchase. Habito says that by keeping everything in one place, the legal work and surveys can be carried out in days rather than weeks. Habito can also offer something called a mortgage in principle certificate. Now, if you're not quite ready to proceed to a full agreement in principle, Habito can provide you with a mortgage in principle certificate. Now, this allows you to show buyers and estate agents that you are serious about the offer you have made, but it is only a basic estimate on how much you can borrow. The mortgage in principle is free, there is no credit check, and it only takes around 5 minutes to complete online. So it's something that will be attractive in particular to first-time buyers. Another service that Habito also offers is its own Habito One, which is a mortgage product. Now, this is a fixed rate mortgage up to 40 years, and it's the first lender in the UK to offer such a product. Habito is authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority, the FCA. So that means it must follow the rules on treating customers fairly, as well as making all of its products and service terms and costs clear. Additionally, Habito says that it will never share your details with a third party without your express permission. Now, there are a number of alternative online mortgage brokers to Habito. So they are companies such as Trussell and Mortgage Gym. And we have full independent reviews of both of these, which we link to in the notes of this video on YouTube. So you can go to the Money to the Masses website and read the full reviews of both of those services. But we also link to the full review of Habito as well. So you can read the in-depth analysis of Habito and what we think about it. Now, what do their customers think? Well, Habito is rated as excellent on Trustpilot. It scores an average of 4.8 out of 5 stars from over 7,500 reviews, which is pretty impressive. And most of the reviews actually praise the efficiency and functionality of the service, and particularly people like the ability to access parts of the service outside of working hours. And the 4% of people that rated the experience as bad or poor, they were usually things that were very specific to that person, where there had been an error in the application process or something like that. So the pros and cons of Habito, well, it's an online entity, which is a big pro. There's no need for appointments. It's easy to use. It's got a great application process where you can upload documents. Having seen it and heard about from people who've used it, they are very positive. It's a whole of market advisor. So that means that you get whole of market advice. They will look at all the products out there, and they will also recommend that you stick with your existing product if that's the best one for you, which I do like. So they're not just trying to get you to move on to a new product so they can get paid. What are the cons? Well, some mortgage knowledge is required to get started. It's not suitable for those who have had debt issues previously, and you have to scan documents online, which can be difficult for some. But if you have apps on your iPhone or whatever smartphone you use, now that is much easier than it used to be. Now, in summary, Habito offers a user-friendly and easy accessible service, taking much of the administration and jargon out of the mortgage application process. And as I mentioned, I am particularly impressed with the fact that it covers the entire market and will recommend products that it can't earn commission from. So it won't just recommend you stick with the one you've got. If there's another product out there that they can't earn commission from, they will still recommend it, which I love. Now, Habito's service is fast, but getting a mortgage is a big financial commitment, and it's vital to get it right. So speed isn't necessarily the most important factor when you are applying for a mortgage. The service is especially good for those with simple cases and if you have a good idea of what you are looking for. Habito does require customers to have some information up front, so those that have complicated circumstances or require guidance may find a face-to-face meeting with a human broker more beneficial than using an online one. But that is a criticism of any online entity. So as I mentioned earlier, we've done a full review of the Habito service. So if you'd like to read that, then make sure you click on the link in the show notes of this video to see the full independent review on the Money to the Masses website. And as I said at the start of the video, if you found this useful in any way, please do give it the thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.